So this week we move on to some of the strategies of reading. Okay, now so the first and foremost strategy of reading is you need to find out the main idea of the reading passage that you're reading, that you're going to do. Okay, now for this one, now there are a few things that can help me or help us to locate the main idea of the passage. So the first thing is not you go to the questions. Okay, you focus back on the reading passage and try to use some strategies to find out the main idea. All right, now the first feature that you are looking for, of course, is the title. All right, so here you see from brewery to bakery, a flower that fights waste. Okay, now it is quite clear that it's something related to the wine industry and the bread making industry. All right, and something that is related to waste treatment. Okay, waste treatment. And after we have made sense of this title, we move on to the first paragraph and the last paragraph to locate our main idea, main understanding. Okay, now if it is just a very short paragraph, I would recommend you should read one more, okay, for a more accurate understanding. Okay, so for this one, it is quite short. For this paragraph one, quite short. So I decide to read one more paragraph to establish kind of initial understanding. Okay, now let's move on to the last paragraph. It is quite short, so we move to paragraph 22 as well. And we combine now this one. I mean, this passage does not have any subheadings. If there are subheadings, we also need to rely on those. All right. So here, in order to establish main idea of this passage, we have read the title. Sometimes we have subtitle. All right. Second, okay, the first paragraph, because it's so short, so we've decided to read paragraph 2 as well. Number 3, last paragraph. And because it's a bit short, so we've decided to read the second last paragraph. Okay, so this is basically the way we establish main idea. Okay, and then you move on to the question part. Okay, it makes more sense because the questions are sorted according to the sequence of your paragraphs. Okay, so you can now look at the questions and start doing the questions by order. All right, now let's look at B2. I would like to show you, yeah, now the same applies, like you read it first in form of a question. Read. Okay, it's some sort of extra information you need to know. All right, and now this first paragraph is quite long. Okay, there are 6 lines, approximately 6 lines here, so you can rely on just this paragraph to establish some initial understanding. And you see, this is the last paragraph. It's quite long, so just paragraph. Now, so what do we need to read? First of all, heading, title, and some extra information below the title. And we have also subheadings here. All right, read subheadings Then we have first paragraph quite long, so no need to read on. Okay, we have paragraph 9 here, which is the last paragraph, is quite long, informative, so we don't need to read paragraph 8. All right, after you have read all these paragraphs, then you can carry on to the question part and attempt the questions by, in the order, prescribed order. Okay, so this is basically I'm recapping the skills in finding out the main idea of each passage, because if you have established the main idea of each reading passage before attempting all the questions, so you are trying to bring this understanding to help you answer or guess some of the answers. All right, because all of the paragraphs are, are